Alright, so this is Yo-Yo's entry. In the last video, I literally just forgot to show this one. I didn't see it in the download thread, so I missed it entirely. And felt bad about not showing it, so I'm showing it now. So what do I think about it? Well, I suppose it's alright. It's a fairly bare bones. But first thing I want to bring up is this little this prop you got here, this hay prop, doesn't exactly fit in the truck. So I think that the way it sticks out there doesn't really work that well. And also just notice this prop doesn't actually have a bottom to it. So when you put it on sideways like this, well, I can quite see the problem here. That one's not too big of an issue though, because like again, this was something that I just now realized, and also I think my map had a prop that did something a little bit like that to a much lesser extent. So I can't be too critical about that. Also, something that struck me as a bit strange was this map does not have a skybox. And I'm not sure why it doesn't, because the setup is all there. It's not like they'd have to worry about how it connects up, because, well, and the whole map is surrounded by just a bunch of rocks. So, like, just put some landscape in the background, just to make me feel like there is something outside of this area. And that would be fine and dandy, but once you just start jumping on this truck, whole world's empty. So I'm not sure why you didn't do that. I imagine you probably didn't put a whole lot of time into this entry. Like maybe you started late, or you just had other stuff on your hands. And if that's the case, then I understand. Also, more misaligned wood textures. 0 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding. This building's alright. These are some thick roofs. Yeah, it's alright. Anyway, so let's go down here. So I guess this is supposed to be the low aspect, and yeah, that's it. That is the whole enchilada. Yes, there's one little area. So, yeah, the detailing in this area is fairly basic. Like the level geometry is pretty simple. I mean, look at this ramp. Also, you have a weird overusage of this texture in particular. Like, it doesn't really work in this instance, and also right here. Like, you probably could get away with it if you just had some sort of a metal trim just on the side here. But as it stands, it just looks really weird. And I mean, I am a sucker for these curved walls, but I don't know, this entry just needs more. It's just, it just feels sort of, it feels a bit empty. Like, it really could have benefited from some more time, I think. And for a second there, I thought that this texture didn't even have a displacement on it. Yeah, that bit looks really weird. There's just not enough happening in this entry. It is really all I have to say. Like, I mean, the primary criticism is it is fairly basic, but I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can criticize because there isn't much going on here. I mean, I do actually like this room here. I think that this room above this line is fairly well executed. Not too sure about this room though. And this area just needs a skybox. And also make these wood planks here just a bit thinner. And also make your roofs thinner. Look at that. That's real bad. I don't think you really have anything else to bring up. It's a fairly standard entry. Like, it's alright. It's average, is what I'm gonna say. It's an average entry. And okay, that's good. We're all good. It's done. Goodbye.